Arr, Minecraft fans, I see some booty on the horizon. Heard some ships we need to plunder. What's up, everybody? We explored this mess last episode and found the nether portal that goes to the next dungeon in there. But what? That looks like a mess. Let's explore some pirate ships instead. And I think it should be pretty close to morning, so I think if these ships have some stuff on the surface, like it's exposed on the top, then there won't be a whole lot of mobs in there. Oh, and I grabbed some ladders and some wooden blocks, because this stuff looks like it's made out of oak wood. I think we'll keep it up. And I don't know if there's oh, look at this obstacle course mess. Look at all those boats. I bet boat on boat is a break. Oh, and he's got like little cannons off the side. Okay, is there a way in? Yeah, there's... Oh yeah, this is gonna be bumper tag. So there's ladders on that main ship. What the heck? Is that a TNT cannon? That's awesome. I didn't... And at this point, we crashed the game. It took a long time. It's basically just tedious, boring stuff. So I figured what I'd do is speed it up, and I don't have a way to make it speed up my voice. So we're just gonna do some voiceover. So this is one of the little side ships. It's not the main center ship. And we're just trying to figure out what to do. So probably what we're gonna do is light up all the decks in the daytime, and light up as many things as we can without getting killed. And then get all the chests and stuff like that. There's a lot of torch placing and a lot of that stuff. But what you missed in the middle of that was a crash. And I looked and looked and looked for why it crashed. And basically what it comes down to is all of the 1.7 clients. So we were on 1.7.9. I actually even updated to 1.7.10. And it did the same thing. They crash when they encounter like terrain that's built funny. I guess not really funny is not really the word, but they crash basically when they encounter the kind of terrain that a map maker would put on the edge of on the border of his map. So Vechs and every other map maker for custom maps like these is gonna you know, put like a wall. Like up there, that wall looks like it's lapis, but behind the lapis is obsidian, so the world border has a big obsidian thing on it. So, because he says don't go, you know, beyond the world border. So he deletes chunks and you know, fills it in with obsidian and stuff like that, which is what every map maker does. And there's a bug in the 1.7.2 client when it tries to load one of those chunks that has that stuff missing, it basically crashes. So if you're playing one of these adventure maps, and you're running one of the 1.7 clients, and it crashes when you approach the world border, that's what's going on. The easy fix would be to play with 1.6. I found an official Mojang bug report, which was hard to find because it's not really like the bug report doesn't really associate itself with like custom maps. I don't think they quite understand the severity, the context of the issue, but anyway, I found a bug report. I submitted a bug report and some details, letting them know, you know, hey, this is something that happens in adventure maps. I downloaded a couple other adventure maps and loaded them up in like creative mode and flew to the edge of the world, and it did the same crash. So it's not just this map, it's pretty much you know, different people's adventure maps crashing with the 1.7 client because they, you know, make the world border so you can't you can't get past the world border when you're playing the map. So yeah, normally the sails are white. Well, I have 10 and we had to read this here. Dungeon 11 Ghost Fleet. Ghost Fleet. So this is Ghost Fleet Dungeon 11. had to read the sign. But basically it's all split up footage and there's cuts I think from the boat trips. Actually this boat trip I didn't cut because I put some soul sand down at this little base that I made to make the boat less likely to break when I approach it, and look what happens. I hit the ground too hard by falling one block from when I got off my boat. So on top of the crashing world border bug, there's a bug with boats that makes you hit the ground too hard when you get off your boat on soul sand. Lovely. But we're going through basically real quick in the daytime and torching everything up. And we have to do a whole lot of torching because stuff can spawn at night, and then also stuff can spawn if there are spawners, which most of these things have spawners in them. And I think I actually went back and just destroyed these spawners because on the side ships, because the side ships are just a couple single spawners, and aside from that, it's just light the rooms up. But this is the ghost ship fleet map. How did oh yeah, I'm just gonna make a pillar across, which I think the first time I did I forgot to put torches on it. And we are on purpose leaving a 1 block gap because that means that I can just jump across the gap, and mobs usually aren't smart enough to do that. That's another cool trick for making walkways between islands. And then these are TNT cannons. They actually are. There's gunpowder and stuff in the little things. But I kind of like the look of the little ships. I don't not really want to destroy them yet. Maybe I'll destroy one. I don't know. And then this is the below decks, which is it's riddled with spawners. You can tell if you look from the outside. You can see inside there's tons of mobs in there. So the below decks on the middle ship is just riddled with spawners. Nothing like the ones on the two ships on the outside. So this middle ship is, look, I mean, there's a spawner there. There's actually one on the other side behind the wall there. Yeah. So it's just a matter of like how fast can you light every damn thing up that you possibly can. I think if we look, I don't know if you can see it here, but that little chest that I just looked at, the single chest in the corner, has a spawner down below it in the corner. And there's more of those wrath skeletons or whatever, the custom skeletons that we found in Dungeon 2. There's more of those spawners in the middle ship too, down below. In fact, there's like a triple spawner next to the fleecy box. So I was trying to light the sails up too, because mobs spawn on the sails, and I wasn't sure if they did, but they actually do spawn on top of, these are, if you saw the sign earlier, the sails are not made out of white wool, they're made out of ice blocks, snow blocks, and mobs can spawn on top of snow blocks. So even if you get the entire upper deck of the ship lit up, to actually stop every mob from spawning on the roof or anywhere, what you'll need to do is actually like pillar up or ladder up or something, and light up the tops of the sails. Otherwise they don't, mobs will spawn up there and then they fall down and kill you. Which I think at some point, I don't know, I cut some video because this was really long and boring, but I had a creeper fall off one of the sails. So there's those funky skeletons, those char skeletons, the ones we set up a grinder for in Dungeon 2, or in Dungeon 2. And then it's just a matter of like, we're just gonna do whatever we can. So punch a couple holes in the wall, you use them to put torches up, whatever. In fact, I probably should have just gone to the end of it, because I should have known that the entrance was on one side and the objective is probably on the far side of it. I probably should have just went to there and done all that stuff up. But so So I was trying to figure out if there was already ladders up to this on the side. These are obviously TNT cannons. If you've never seen a TNT cannon before, it's an actual functioning TNT cannon. And what I did with that ladder was I was trying to see if I could place a ladder on top of glass, which you cannot do. So you can't ladder down the glass. And look at all those dang skeletons. Luckily, the good thing about those skeletons though is they drop those XP bottles. So like the one in Dungeon 2 that I turned into a grinder, it's not really that fast, but you know, with the spawning, the way it spawns is not that fast. I think it spawns a maximum of like 1 mob instead of a typical spawner spawns like up to 4 mobs. But they drop those bottles of enchanting things that are actually kind of useful. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to derp everything off. And this is very slow and tedious, but there was no... Yeah, there's no way that you can take all these mobs and stuff. I mean, they're by the time you approach the ship and get into the bottom of it, I mean, no matter what you've been doing, by the time you get into the bottom of it, it's overly spawned with tons of mobs. Let's see, you can't hear the volume on this, but there's like that door to the left that you can kind of see, that little cabin on the left. It's covered in skeletons. I mean, literally just covered in skeletons. Or zombies, I mean. There's so many zombies that it's unbelievable. It's disgusting how many zombies are in there. I mean, you can just hear it making all sorts of noise. Well, you can't now because we have the volume off, but look at all this. So I open the door and there's tons of them. And, what was I was trying to find a way to put some light. Yeah, look, and there's another spawner, so bam. Yeah, so this took forever, but this is the ghost ship. So I came back for more torches, because I'm just going to torch the heck out of it. Drop off some stuff, get some more torches, I think. I was trying to find out if I could get more torches. And I was going to bring blocks. Oh, and I got hit by a skeleton, because the spawners that are in the ships, their spawn radius is bigger than the size of the actual ship. So there's a spawner inside the ship, and even if you light it up, a mob can spawn outside of the ship. And the way mob spawners work is like a normal mob spawning. For a normal mob, like at night, the mob can only spawn if like it's dark and there's a place for him to put his feet, basically. But with a mob spawner, all mobs need is free space. It doesn't matter if there's a place for their feet or not. So they'll spawn in the air above, like water or whatever. So in the case of these ships, on the outside of the ship, as long as the light is low, mobs will spawn from the spawners inside the ship, like these, to the outside. And look how many spawners are in there. So there's those 2 on the walls, I think, are zombie, and then those 2 in the middle are like those super skeletons, those char skeletons. So zombie, and then there's another zombie on the other side. Yeah, those 2, and then look at there's 2 in the ceiling, plus another one in the middle of the floor. All that stuff. And they're actually spawning those zombies that you see outside the glass there. And that bouncing bow, which is one of those char skeletons. Yeah. Vechs is just evil. The amount of spawners. The one thing is, though, there's one of those spawners is like, there's triple of them, and I think we're going to use those. Maybe. I don't know. Because we can turn that into a crazy spawner. Like, just crazy grinder in here. Because can you imagine, like, triple of those things? But, so this is going to take forever. And then, finally, what I figured out is the best way to approach mobs is to attack their feet. So, we just go 1 block below them, like this. Attack their feet. Put blocks above their head once you kill them all off. So this will take a little bit the first time I do this. Oh look, and we gotta worry about the creepers. And then that crazy knockback bow. So those golden boots, that's one of those skeletons. So we work our way a little bit forward, and then we can put these blocks in the ceiling and block off a little bit more space, hopefully. Yeah. And then once I do that, I can progress forward a little bit more and light some more stuff up and block some more stuff off and do the same thing over and over again. It's a giant repetitive process. And I basically just did a whole bunch of it. Put a lot of torches everywhere, did a lot of killing stuff, a lot of that digging underground like this. And yeah, normally I would just go, bum rush stuff, something like this, but like in a normal Minecraft world, you're running to a dungeon, you basically just, work up the courage and bum rush it. In your diamond gear or even in iron gear, it's not that big of a deal. But, it's a damn Vechs map, and he's got like his triple spawners and all that other stuff, so yeah, you just have to pretty much do it slow and steady. And then I was running out of blocks, so the blocks that I had put up in the past, I had to break those down in order to have more blocks. And then it's what's in the furnace. So we got it lit up to here, and then we slowly progress. I don't know why I didn't think about it. I could have just done, what I could have done? I just brought gravel. I think that's what I'm going to make sure I do next time. Next time I hit something where it's basically like this, where there's a long row and the goal is to get to the end. Like I didn't really have to go to the end of it, because I could have just done rather than just marching down the whole damn thing like this, what I could have done was I could have I could have just opened a hole in the roof and then dropped some gravel down. In fact, I probably could have dropped enough gravel down to cover up the whole damn thing. And then come in from the other side, because we have access to the top of that on the other side. In fact, we're going to have to maybe try something else like that on the other maps, on the other dungeons that he has. Because he does all this mob spawning craziness, and it takes forever. Like if I were to power through all those mobs, can you imagine how much of that would take? How many times I would have died if I were to just try to brute force all those mobs? So this is really boring and not very, it's just not exciting. And look at all those mobs from the spawner that spawned outside at night. They're everywhere, all over. But yeah, so I just updated actually my client to 1.7.10, and it doesn't look like there's any major changes. I loaded a test of this world with the latest snapshot, the 1.8 snapshot, but that was not the same world that I'm playing in. It was basically just a fresh copy of the world. I just wanted to see if it crashed like that on the edge of the world, which it does. And then we'll look, more spawners in the ceiling. But we're just going to keep playing on the 1.7.9 or 1.7.10 actually. We're going to finish the map on that rather than trying to do the snapshots with the map. Because again, actually the things that changed, like enchanting changed in 1.8, so all of the snapshots are going to have the new enchanting where you use lapis, and the rules are a little different and stuff like that. And we actually have access to a lot of lapis, but still I would rather just wait and finish the map on 1.7. So that's what we're going to do. And then I have a couple episodes recorded. I hope I have enough episodes recorded, because I'll be actually moving. So hopefully I have a chance to move and get everything moved before I run out of episodes that I've already recorded. And then this is the main room of the dungeon, I think. The galley at the top. And of course, one block gap is not going to stop baby zombies, so they're everywhere. And then basically it's sissy bar stuff off, progress forward. And then of course there's still, I call it a bug. If a skeleton shoots an arrow at a block, or even if you shoot an arrow at a block, the arrow sticks in the block. If you break that block, the arrow basically falls down and can hurt you, which is really lame. But that's the way it happens in Minecraft. And look at all the badness in here. And it's still dark up there, which is annoying because with a spawner, you know, normal, you know, mobs, if it's, finally killed the baby zombies. Normal mobs, even if it's dark, they won't spawn within 16 blocks of you, and it gives you a chance to, you know, light up the area around you. But with a spawner, if it's dark, and even if it's right next to you, the mobs will still spawn. But this is the part I was looking at too. So that spawner that I'm looking at is one of those super skeletons, those char skeletons, and then there's 3 of those spawners in the back there, to the left off screen right there in front. So that's triple spawners. So you could actually get like a 4 spawner grinder out of that. And I think there's a couple of zombie spawners too in the sides of the walls. But yeah, look how slow this was. I know yeah, this would have been horrible. I think it's like over an hour of footage in full scale. And I clipped some stuff and, you know, cut some things out, and then this is all sped up. So this is pretty much going to be the whole episode. But I'm having fun with this thing. You know, even though this took a long time, it was kind of fun to do. And there's some diamond pants. I think there's actually a full set of diamond. There was diamond pants, diamond hat, diamond chest, and a diamond sword. So almost a full set. No diamond boots, I think. Yeah, so look at that, there's triple spawners there. Plus that guy in the back. Plus there's actually 2. And then we got those 5 diamonds right there too, awesome. And there's the fleecy box, so it's just a matter of getting to it. And I don't know what I did with my pick. But now I have a wooden pick. So, purple wool. Awesome. Give me my damn boat. Now I'm curious, I think to stop the mobs from spawning in the water, let's do this really quick. Purple wool. Purple wool. Boom. And now that we did that, we're safe to grab all the other stuff out of the fleecy box. I think to stop the mob spawning at, well, I think to stop the mob spawning at night, I'd have to do something with the, like light up the outsides of those rooms. Ghost XP. I think I almost filled this thing up with Ghost XP. Nope, because I used a bunch of it. Let's try our luck with the chicken egg. Because if we can get this guy going, and this is hopefully far enough back here that if I get one going, it's not going to make noise. Oh, yes! Okay, so he's going to grow up and start laying eggs, and they're going to go in this chest. And then we're going to have to put some hoppers and stuff and set up a dispenser and another timer and stuff to make that guy do his thing. Comparators. I wonder if we have comparators. Sweet. Food. Alright, let me just put some stuff. Oh yeah, we'll just do the level 30 on the chest chest piece. Oh, projectile. Actually, that's probably good. I probably need that. That's awesome. So we got projectile protection there. And I did make another run out to the ships to grab some more stuff. We grabbed a whole bunch of arrows and, you know, other miscellaneous stuff. We got these 5 diamonds. We got some gold from that nether looking thing. There was a couple buckets on the ghost ship. And we didn't get diamond boots, but we got diamond pants. So I got level 30 again. There's a bunch of those bottles of XP. So let's do level 30 on the pants. And that's unbreaking and fire protection. Good. So we got projectile protection and fire protection. Awesome. Hopefully we can keep these around. Hopefully that we don't die with all the good gear on. Because I think there's a diamond hat. Yeah. And there's a diamond sword. Which we'll start using when we get it enchanted. But yeah, the other cool thing is that chicken hatched. So maybe we should do the nether deal, because if we find nether quartz, we can make comparators. Hey little guy, have you laid any eggs yet? No. So yeah, so he's gonna sit there and when he lays an egg, it'll go in the hopper. And then what you do is the hopper goes into the chest, and then you put the chest into you hopper from the chest into a dispenser, which you can do below or sideways, and then the dispenser shoots out the eggs. So you have like 3 or 4 seed chickens at the top, and then their eggs get shot out in a dispenser into a room. And if you put the room with hoppers on the bottom, half slabs above the hoppers, and lava above that, baby chickens won't die in the lava, but when they grow up, they will die in the lava and they'll drop cooked chicken. And that's not my idea, but that's the way you can do a chicken farm, and that's the way we're gonna do it. Hurry up and lay an egg, dude! Hurry up and lay a bunch of eggs. And hopefully this is far enough back in the wall that I don't hear him. And then I think what I'll do is I will pipe the cooked chicken and stuff. Cooked chicken and feathers, these came from chests, but I will pipe this stuff into this chest from behind the wall once I get everything all set up. And so we will have a source of cooked chicken, and we won't even have to throw anything in the furnace. So that's what we're gonna do. And then we got our purple wool, which we already put up, and I went and, since I got the purple wool put up here, I just went and grabbed a couple more pieces. I thought I grabbed all of it. Anyway, oh yeah, I did grab all of it. So we can just put the extra wool in here. And we want these ladders because I think the next place we're gonna go is also gonna need some trickery. We are not doing Vechs's custom maps with the crazy mob stuff that's designed to kill us. We are not doing those the way you would approach a normal dungeon, because they're not normal dungeons. So the next thing we can do is we can get started on this other map. And I mentioned in the commentary with the footage that I had the game crash when I approached the world border. So if you're playing pretty much any adventure map and you're playing with the 1.7 anything client and it crashes when you approach the world border, you're kind of screwed. You can fix it by not using the 1.7 client. What I did was used MC Edit on the world border and changed the makeup of the world border, so it's not the type of makeup that crashes Minecraft, which is apparently solid obsidian will crash my graph. Oh, and I gotta be careful on this stupid boat because you saw that too. I can apparently hit the ground too hard and fall and burn, crash and burn. Let's see, can we get over here? Okay, so now we can get this without crashing. Because I tried to look over here earlier and it crashed, which is one of the other reasons why I didn't want to do this one. And is there anything special in this stuff? I don't see anything special. There's a chest on the surface. And which one's this one? Dungeon 8 Frozen Tropics.